Hi guys, it's Simon from SD Geek here. Today I'm at the San Diego International Airport, Terminal 2, and I'm taking a 3-hour flight north to Seattle. I'm flying on a Delta Boeing 737-800 today, and I know I just flew on one recently, but today I'm flying in the first class cabin to document whether it's really worth flying first class during these post-lockdown times of stripped down cabin service. So let's go into the terminal, let's take a look. The check-in counter at Terminal 2 for Delta Airlines was, as expected, very quiet, and clearly nobody wants to use these touchscreen check-in machines for obvious reasons right now. I noticed that the security lines were slightly busier than my previous trips to the airport post-lockdown, but still generally very quiet compared with pre-pandemic travel. So one of the benefits of holding a first class ticket is sometimes there's a dedicated security lane, so you can skip the majority of the line. I have a TSA pre-check, so I can do that anyway, and I was quite happy to have that this morning because the security was definitely a little bit busier than I've seen recently. And then you can also go to the airline lounges as well. If you're holding a domestic first class ticket, you won't automatically get access to an airline lounge. You'd have to be flying international to do that. But with certain airlines, if you're part of their award program, you can get into the lounge if you pay a small fee. With the Delta Sky Club, that fee's almost $40, so because I've only got an hour to wait, I'm not going to do that this morning. But if you do want to see a review of the Delta Sky Club, check out my flight from San Diego to JFK on Delta recently, and there's a full review of it right there. So, as you would expect, it's very, very quiet here at the airport. Seems to be a common theme, obviously, for understandable reasons. But this really ought to be a rush hour here at San Diego. All the flights going out to the East Coast leave around this time. So although the gate area is pretty busy, as you can see, the restaurants, bars, shops, they're still mostly closed, and I think it's going to be the case for some time to come. Flight this morning was out of gate 46 and was on this 21-year-old Boeing 737-800. I'm sitting in seat 3A today in the first class cabin, and I found that there was plenty of legroom, as you would expect. The seating situation is in a 2 and 2 configuration, and I'll talk a little bit more about the cabin later in the video. So far, this has been really nice. Apologies if I'm looking out the window rather than talking to the camera, but I do have someone sat next to me. Try not to draw too much attention to myself. So far, I've found this first class experience really good. I like the attentive cabin service is really, really good. The cabin crew are on good form this morning. There's only 16 seats in this cabin, so you really do get very quick and very prompt, good service. What surprised me so far is the drink service was great, as you would expect, but we did get a little snack box. Honestly, at 7:45 in the morning, it's not really that appealing to eat a load of dried food, beef jerky and chips, protein bars, all that kind of stuff, so I will pass on that. But it's nice that they're giving out food. The seat is very comfortable, plenty of leg room, super comfortable. The screen is the seat back screen is very, very big, which is nice. I don't really plan on having anything other than the in-flight map. If you want, there's power sockets here as well if you want to do some work. If you wanted to get your laptop out and work, there's plenty of room. So I can see how these first class seats are really appealing to business passengers in particular. And there is still priority boarding, which is interesting. They did make an announcement at the gate that they were going to be boarding by rows and doing the rear of the plane first, but they actually did board first class first, and then they boarded the main cabin by row. Other than that, yes, it's a stripped down service. There's no pre-departure drinks or anything like that. The service is still stripped back and slightly minimal, but very good, and better than what you would expect in the main cabin. I appreciate this upgrade. I didn't pay for this. I bought a main cabin ticket and I got upgraded yesterday, the day before travel, into first class due to my frequent flyer status with Delta. Would I have paid for this upgrade? I can't remember rightly how much it was going to cost. It was around $300 odd to upgrade from the main cabin, possibly even a bit more than that. I don't know, if the flight was full it would be worth it, but I know for a fact that behind me there's rows and rows of empty seats, but it is really comfortable, there's no doubt about it. If you're a business traveller or you just want a quiet flight, although that's never guaranteed, you could always end up with a baby next to you even in first class. Not that there's anything wrong with that, just saying there's no guarantees of a quiet flight. Anyway, this has been really nice. I'm going to sit back and enjoy the flight, and I'll check in with you when we get to Seattle. As we made our approach into Seattle Airport, we passed directly overhead the Boeing facility at Renton. This is where so many of the Boeing 737 MAXs are currently parked up, waiting for their technical fixes. If you look to the right of your screen here, you'll see the infamous car park, which at one point was full of MAX aircraft. Well, after a flight time of just 2 hours and 27 minutes, flying at 40,000 feet, we arrived in Seattle at 9:41 a.m. local time, 25 minutes ahead of schedule.
travel. The local time is 9:41. Please stay seated with your seatbelt and your carry-on items until your aircraft departs the gate.
So the question of whether the first class is worth it, I think it is. I mean, as long as it's not cost prohibitive, and you know, quite frankly, often it is for me. But if it's available and it's not cost prohibitive, it's still good flying first class because you still get the dedicated cabin. There was only 16 seats in my cabin. You get very attentive cabin crew. They seem to have started to serve food again. There was multiple drink service. Priority boarding, the seat and the cabin and the seat in general was just very, very comfortable. So I think yes, it is worth it. I was really happy to be able to fly first class this morning. Thank you to Delta for the upgrade. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please feel free to like and subscribe. And in the meantime, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much for checking in with me this morning. Your SDF Geek.